Good morning. I'm Wendy Fontenot, and I'm going to demonstrate an English language learning strategy called Story Reenactment, Making Stories Come to Life. And the purpose of this strategy is to really help students connect more with the text. They can have experience with the plot and also the structure. So the first thing you want to do is obviously read the text. I teach at the high school level, so the text I'm using is The Crucible by Arthur Miller. They can retell Act 1, for example, by creating props. For example, here is a hat that would be worn by a Puritan girl in the story. And I thought also we could write the names of the characters if that would help. Here is a hat worn, and you can see these don't have to be extremely elaborate. A hat for a male Puritan that would represent a character. And then they took toboggans and made hats for like the judges for the trials. Another thing for high school especially is they could create a slideshow for reenactment. For example, they could talk about the crucible and how the penalty for being a witch in this time period obviously was to hang. And when the story starts, they can talk about the young girls just going to the woods to talk about the boys they love, and then they get a little more serious with Abigail wanting to put a spell and kill John Proctor's wife. Then, of course, the preacher comes in, and the little girl goes into some sort of trance. We all learn later that she's faking, but they're trying to figure out if there's witchcraft in the village. And did they sign their name in the devil's book? Then John Proctor shows up, and as you know, this is who Abigail has an affair with, and the barn is important because that's where he bedded her. And she tells John Proctor that he clutched her back and sweated like a stallion. The kids love that line. And then, of course, here is Tituba, the slave from Barbados, and they're highly pressuring her to confess to witchcraft. And then the girls start accusing other people, and there go the Salem witch trials. And that's something that they can do. The nice thing is using props or either digital media, and then you can assess them to see how they did as far as the book language they acquired, the vocabulary you've taught, and the inclusion of the main characters and the main events. So, story reenactment for English language learners. Thank you.